Judge.
Yes. Thank you.
I want to bring 364 back up. I think Tao wanted to.
Yes, I need to make a correction. I misspoke earlier about the scoring committee for each of the precincts. It will include a member, a staff member of that precinct as one of the two. And then the third would be a community services department staff member. So I was wrong on that one.
See, and that's what I feel is even worse. It just sets it up for everyone to give money to their best buddy nonprofit. It just ain't right.
Judge, I would just say that there's got to be no process is empirical. I think Tao has done a great job pulling this together. We've built in equity guidelines, and we can't give these projects to robots to implement. And so I think there's just got to be some degree of faith that the folks, there's nobody at this table that represents past government. And so I have a great degree of faith in each one of us, and just believe that Tao hears the values of this court. All of our directors do as well. And we give them charges, and they work to put these programs together and execute them as well as possible. I'm not, if anybody at this table, I'm probably the best one to be cynical about county government because of the things I went through when I was sheriff. But I'm not today. And so I have faith that what the framework that Tao's put in place, I have faith in my colleagues and my staff that will be in the room on things. And until one of them shows me that it can't be trusted, that's when I'll stop trusting.
But we literally, 80% of contributions of people around the dais come from their builders that they hand contracts to. So you're telling me that this is not going to go to their friends who have nonprofits who, I mean, it's just what we were good at on, and that is from the last court. And we do still have 4 different people mowing lawns, 4 different parks directors.
You don't even begin to understand that, Judge. That is not accurate.
Yeah, it is accurate.
It's a misrepresentation.
Come from people.
We have over 400 employees in Precinct 3.
Yeah, and what
they're mowing 60
percentage of your campaign contributions.
I know we want to end the year on a note of respect and commitment to the people of Harris County. There's going to be an RFP. All nonprofits in Harris County are welcome to apply.
Why can't there be a centralized RFP? Why does it have to be per precinct? Everything on ARPA, we do it centralized. So why is it that there has to be, I'm okay with giving this nonprofits, let's have a centralized RFP like we do with everything else. And if you guys, let's say I want to build a relationship with my nonprofits by giving them money, like fine, but at least be clear with what you're doing, because that is how we do. Everybody designs their park. You come, you're celebrating your park. I visit parks that are not well done because we're so behind the times. I visit community centers that are not well done because we're so behind behind the times. The roads, the staff, we're just playing musical chairs with staff. It's embarrassing. And now why, Tao, can't this be a centralized committee where everyone from the county applies and we have 1 representative per office? To me, given that 80% of campaign contributions come from contractors that get contracts without an RFP, and given that this is not usually our programs are handled in a centralized manner for ARPA, I don't understand what reason there is to split this money across precincts other than doing favors to people. And I've been very proud to brag on how Harris County has handled its ARPA money, because we don't do it in the way that we do contracts of let me just give it to you and in exchange you come give me a check. We don't do it that way. So Why, it seems to me
You're
wrong for
absolutely
us to do
right. We don't
this.
do it that
Yeah,
way.
don't do it that
We
way.
don't do it that way.
What-
And so,
Do not understand what you're talking.
that's
What
right.
percentage of your campaign contributions come from people you give unilateral
So
contracts to?
I
Do
want
they
to
go through
focus on the
RFPs?
nonprofits we're trying to help. Thank you to the Biden administration for this funding.
Why isn't it a
I hope the
centralized committee?
nonprofits will apply, and I share your faith, Commissioner Garcia. And with that, I hope that we can continue into 2024 doing our absolute best for the people of
Yeah,
Harris County.
gaslighting, and then saying we celebrate
So
gay
happy
people,
holidays.
and then gaslighting. It's embarrassing. Tao, why isn't it a centralized committee? They're always centralized committees, so how, I mean, it makes no sense, you guys.
I think in this case, it is that the precinct staff, they are familiar with the not-for-profits that are located in their areas. And yes, we are trying to.
So they can
have-
be part of the committee and inform that to the centralized committee. We could make the same, at this point, then let's just split the rest of the ARPA funding. I mean, if that's how we're gonna do it, because if everybody can make the argument that the precinct is more familiar, they're more familiar with their parks, they're more familiar with their contractors / campaign donors, they're more familiar with their community centers, with their roads, with their bike lanes, and that's why our county, if you cross the boundaries into one precinct versus another, it's not consistent, it's not modern, and I really thought that redistricting to bring another I thought modernist person would bring change, and instead we're doing the exact same thing as before, which is splitting things up by precinct and just giving things to our buddies. And that just is not right for the third largest county in the country.
I'm going to respectfully ask for a point of order. And we got an item on the agenda. I'll move on the item as
I
presented.
think we
Let's
passed it.
move on.
I think we finished the
it's been
agenda.
voted on
Let me
already.
suggest,
Yeah, it's already passed.
Judge, I think if we finish, it's been such a good year. And I'm looking forward to that
It'd
retreat.
be a lot better if we got with the times.
Let's put this item on the agenda when we have our retreat.
All right,
I
well,
make a motion to adjourn. Can we adjourn?
Absolutely.
3:43.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Adjourned.
Merry Christmas.